Well, we've done this quite a few times, and maybe a lot of people aren't interested. Maybe this is a bad time. I tried to set it at a time that everyone would be happy. Expected more people to come in, but I don't know. I'm not going to waste any time here. I'm just going to go over a few things, and if anyone has questions, they can ask away in the chat or in here. Uh, so I released the official roadmap earlier today. Just a few things to go over before I get into that. Since we decided to launch on Phantom, we had a kind of a lull there for a few weeks. I was going through some personal issues with my cat dying, so I had to. I took a few weeks off, a couple weeks off, and so did the team, kind of, except for the developers. And basically, we lost a little momentum there. I'm going to be honest. I feel like we lost some momentum with the whole transition to Phantom. So over the next week, I want to try to build that momentum back up in the form of contests and other activities. So we're probably going to be hosting another Telegram activity contest. Since we have the paid for combat, we can track users, and I think this time it'll be a mixture of activity, and then also a mixture of activity and then the combat. What do they call that thing where you like give somebody a plus? Sorry, I'm spacing here. Let me do it real fast. I'll give meme man a plus.
It's the reputation points.
Yeah, there you go. Reputation. Shit. All right. Yeah. So instead of it just being based off that top list, see, I'll put it in the chat. What is it? Stat. Yeah. So last time we just did it based off, I think, the top user list or whatever. And then, but if you go over to leaderboard, it kind of tracks it in a different way. It looks like it's based off levels. So I think I want to do it based off the analytics, or sorry, the user statistics. So like all four of those categories, we're going to figure out some kind of algorithm, basically, so people can't cheat the system. Because I feel like last time we ran this contest, we got like 5, 6, a few active new people. And they're like, yeah, let's do this cool project. And then all of a sudden the contest is over. Who those people are. They're not even around anymore. So I know people are chasing our contest, and I'm trying everything I can to prevent people from gaming the system. But it's literally like it's just a freaking sword fight back and forth, really. They figure out these new tactics, and yeah. Anyways, my point was I'm going to try to build that momentum back up, because we lost a little bit of it with the transition to Phantom, and other unfortunate events. That's one way, is the Telegram contest. The other way is I will be announcing tomorrow a pretty big Halloween contest, and this is going to be there'll be different tiers, so it's all inclusive. But basically, there'll be like a tier 3 where you just basically throw some shit together and maybe it's funny or something. And then like tier 2 is maybe a mixture of your own artwork and like some other shit you stole. And then tier 1 will be 100% original artwork, but it's going to be a Halloween theme based artwork competition for Dark Matter DeFi, and the rewards are going to be pretty hefty. Another thing I'm going to point out for everyone here and anyone listening, when we post this, I have the details. Where are they? Of the remaining founder tokens. This guy just posted them, and now I can't find. Oh, they're there. So this includes the 5 for the wheel after the AMA today. we've allocated 84 founders tokens. And then we also have 50 allocated for the pre-sale. So that leaves 35 unallocated, and that equals 169 total. So also, just to let you know, that 50 for the pre-sale, that's basically if 50 people buy in the maximum amount of the pre-sale, which I don't foresee happening. Meme Man had mentioned something earlier about how if there's some leftover founder token NFTs, maybe we can do like some kind of auction for them on one of the NFT platforms on Phantom. And that's definitely something that we're going to consider, because I expect there to be a few founders tokens remaining, and we'll do that. We'll do an auction, but then we'll also I'm going to talk to some pretty high profile influencers and see if I can come to an agreement with them on whether they can get a founders token instead of full payment or some shit, because some of these guys are outrageous with their prices. And then I'm just going to go over the roadmap real fast for anyone who didn't read it, and then I'm going to open it up to any questions. So tomorrow I'm going to announce that contest. October 9th, that's next Saturday for some, and maybe Sunday for others, is the pre-sale. So we're literally testing the pre-sale contract. We just did a test run tonight with just the contract, and we were successful. So we raised 20 FTM, and the tokens were distributed, and yeah, so it was successful. Nothing went awry. Basically, the only thing that remains for testing is the front end functionality for that pre-sale contract, and the developers are working on that right now. Once that's ready, we're going to test that. It should be this week, and then we'll be all ready for the pre-sale on Saturday, October 9th. Getting kind of excited. I was really hoping we could launch on October 1st, because that's the 1-year anniversary for my last project. We launched on Binance Smart Chain, but it didn't happen. It's okay. I don't want to rush anything. October 9th, also, we're going to be locking the liquidity. So all that FTM we raised, looking at 100,000 raised, 80,000 will be used for liquidity, and that will be locked for either forever or for a 1-year duration. We may keep it open as a 1-year duration, because ultimately it could be switched to a different AMM, automatic market maker exchange, basically. So the reasoning for that, and I don't want to get too deep into it, and if people question it, that's fine. I'm willing to lock it forever, depending on what the community wants, but I want to give you a good reason for not doing it forever. And it is, so when we did the project on the Binance Smart Chain, we ultimately decided to launch on an exchange called BSC Swap. Okay. And we chose them over Pancake Swap because they actually had like a testing environment. Pancake Swap didn't have any type of testing environment or anything. BSC Swap did. So we chose them over Pancake Swap. And ultimately that ended up being a horrible decision. The owner of that project was this major just douchebag. This guy was an asshole. His name was Hunsick. And he started this huge like FUD storm against our project. And basically we got into this huge like flame war with this guy for almost a month, and it was a battle. And the team I was working with, they lost a lot of enthusiasm, and a lot of them sold because they were discouraged from this guy. Ultimately, myself and a couple of the other team members fought through, and we ultimately beat this guy. All right, so we beat him at his own dumb game, basically, and we had most of the community backing us. And when I say community, I don't just mean our community. I mean like the entire Binance Smart Chain community. And then this guy ended up like, he's gone. Nobody's ever heard from him since then. But the liquidity we added to his exchange, it's locked there forever. And it was like $70,000. And So his exchange doesn't even exist anymore. So you can't even interact with that contract unless you use BSC scan. So you can, but there's no front end for it or anything. I don't want to get stuck in the same type of situation on this project and with that liquidity. And that's my reasoning for doing it on duration based periods, like a year or so. Okay, moving along. Sorry, I can ramble on. If I'm rambling on, speed me along. October 10th. Okay, so we'll lock the liquidity. We're also going to lock the 7 million tokens, DMD tokens, that we're using for NFT staking pools. So it's actually 7.35 million. The first staking pool is for the founders token staking pool, and we don't expect that to be ready until November, towards the end of November. So we will lock that also. And those tokens are going to be locked through probably the end of November. And then we'll use that 350,000 for the first staking pool, the founders token staking pool, and we'll relock that 7 million for another duration, probably like 3 to 6 months, until we're going to do it based off when we think we're going to be releasing another staking pool for NFTs. So initially it might be a 1 or 2 month period, but yeah. Anyways, we're going to be locking that 7.35 million, and then October 10th we're going to distribute the founders tokens. So founders tokens, there won't be staking automatically, as I just said. That's more like towards the end of November, but there are going to be some perks for you guys right off the bat, like the private chat room. So you'll have special contests that only you guys can enter as founder token holders. More than likely, you can sell your founders token, even if there's not a marketplace that we can use initially. You can still do like third-party over-the-counter sales, and we can facilitate those if necessary. There's going to be airdrops for founder token holders. So there's going to be incentive for you guys already, and then on top of that, like imagine when the first founders token staking pool or the first NFT staking pool opens, you guys get that too. So I feel like these founder tokens are awesome. I don't know. I'm just going to hold mine forever. My mom's going to have a founders token. She's pretty stoked. She's happy. We may make t-shirts too, make some merchandise or something, do some founder token merchandise. Okay. October 11th, we'll be distributing the team tokens and locking the remaining team tokens. So just so you guys understand how that's going to work, right now in the team chat room, we have about 17 of us, and maybe 1 or 2 of those might be a bot. I'm not sure, but there's 17 of us over there. But not everyone has been working on the project like 100%, and not everyone has put their full foot forward. So not everyone's going to get tokens initially. Anybody who's put in a full amount of effort on the project early on with us as an official team member, they're going to get a full founder, or they're going to get a full pre-sale buy-in as payment for their work. So I'll be honest right off the bat, there's probably about 10 of us. So knowing that there's going to be 8,000 times 10, which is 80,000, I think. Yeah. So that's going to be another additional 80,000, which are released on October 11th. My 8,000 tokens that I'm getting, I'm going to either burn them or lock them for like a year period as well. And I'm doing that to lead by example. Some of the other team members may choose to do that, but they're not forced to do that. They are allowed to sell those if they want to. They can do whatever they want with those. It's their call. And I'm just being fully upfront and transparent. We do have additional team tokens, but those tokens will be locked for another period, I think, of 6 months. So There's 2 million additional tokens. Those tokens will be locked for minimum 6 months. I think it was 6 month or 3 month periods. I need to look at that, but 6 months sounds better. Okay. Listing site. So we have slowly been kind of working on listing sites like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. We have not applied to either of those two, but some of the smaller ones we have. Nobody's really looking at listing a project without any contracts or tokens yet. So we don't really have any listings. If there's anything like Haiku tools on Phantom that anybody knows about, let us know. So October 16th will be the tentative launch date for Vault. We're going to be launching the Vaults October 16th. That's like a week after our pre-sale and launch. October 20th, we'll officially announce our NFT plans and features, and we're going to begin the front-end development. So on October 20th, you guys will know exactly how the NFTs will function, how the auctions will work, how the releases will work, how the staking will work. We'll have graphs, and we'll have like what do they call those? Whatever. Yeah. I'll have like figures showing you guys how it works. All right. I smoked before this project. I smoked before everything. Yeah. October 21st.
Sorry, I'm laughing at that.
Form some official partners with influencers. And we're going to start like a month-long marketing blitz. And it's I just want everyone to put all their effort in that for this month-long thing. It's just going to take a lot of effort from anybody working on the project, anybody holding the token. I'll do some payment deals, but it's really, if here's the thing is, like, the team wants to work on this project, and we're all enthusiastic about putting effort into it, but we want to see a little bit of reciprocation from the community. And I mean, from what I've seen, we have that, but it could be better. So yeah, I'm not saying that about anybody directly or anything. Is that Elon Musk, but he looks Chinese? All right.
Yeah.
We are gonna look into some auditors, but there's nothing for sure. We might have an audit. We've talked about this already. October 31st and the Halloween contest. So starting October 21st is that marketing blitz. So literally that first week is big for us. Let's really like push it. I don't know what that means. We got to brainstorm and come up with some ideas. Moving into November, we'll give you guys a sneak peek of the NFT staking platform. So maybe like me, man, was saying, it's a possibility. If not, you guys will at least get some screenshots. We're going to announce the official launch date for Series 1 NFT. So that's our next series of NFTs. And it's going to be the aliens. All these characters you guys are seeing, it's going to be the aliens. So, and we have a 3D designer working on those. And then continue that marketing blitz. And, my job in that marketing blitz, I think that the team's job, what we're going to do is we're going to hire a professional. And I've spoke about this before, but it's time we do it already. We'll hire a professional to kind of do a review of the project, an audit of our branding, a brand audit, basically. And it's a whole process. I've done this before, and we'll do it for the project. And I think it'll really help us just set the brand apart from other projects. I don't want to even use them as an example, but yeah. So I won't get into any details, but we are talking to a few people about some NFTs marketplaces. I have a leading candidate. There's a leading candidate, but I don't want to reveal any information until some things are set in stone. But we're not going to be building our own marketplace. We have plans to partner with a marketplace. So we'll in November we'll announce the official date for NFT staking and possibly even release it. So I like to give our developers probably more time than they need, and I do this for various reasons to relieve them of pressure and also relieve myself of pressure, and then also you under promise and over deliver. It's something you've probably heard, and if not, maybe ingrain it into your head, because under promising and over delivering, you're going to get into better relationships with your vendors and your clients and the people who are relying on you. You overpromise and underdeliver, and you're going to get a bunch of complainers and whiners and people using your missed target dates against you. December launched Series 1 NFT. So we're going to drop our next series of NFTs hopefully in December, and NFT staking will be available by that point. So when we do drop that Series 1 NFT, we'll open another pool for that NFT. I do want to note these pools, these NFT staking pools, they're duration based. So we've allocated ourselves 7 million tokens, I mentioned earlier, for these pools. Ultimately, those funds will run out, but we have other ideas for future pools once those funds do run out, like the auctions, we'll do NFT auctions for each series. So when we drop those, we'll have the choice of doing the auction in, let's say, either our token like DMD. And if we do it in DMD, my theory is we'll burn those. So that'll be like a burning function for DMD, is people buy those NFTs with DMD and then it burns the DMD. But we have the choice to also do it in like FTM, right? Or some peg dollar token. If we do that, well, we're just raising those funds, and we'll use those funds in various ways. Pay developers, pay team members, or even future staking pools. So that's the idea there. I forgot. I mentioned earlier 80,000 of the FTM raised is for liquidity. That other 20,000 is for our first official staking pool, not the NFT staking pool, but the token staking pool. So there's going to be 20,000 FTM in a staking pool for DMD. It's not a lot, but it's something to start with. And then we have the goal there to form other partners with other projects and give them kind of a platform to promote their projects and get a staking pool. It's the same concept as Pancake Swap. I've done it before. It's not an easy sell, but it's something that we're going to be trying and attempting. All right. Yeah. Anyways, January, announce future plans for games, comics, merchandise, user profiles, and more. All right. I'm going to open it up to any questions people have. And then, yeah, if there are no questions, I'm going to go smoke some more.
Somebody asked, which do you think is more important? Community, investor, token price? Token. Of all these, which one takes precedence?
Well, for me, I guess it's relative, depending on who you are and what your role is in the project. But for me personally, I was speaking in a call earlier with a couple guys, and I really enjoy this stuff, like building community and meeting people and giving opportunity to others. So for me, I think personally, for me, the most important thing is the community. And,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Without the community, where are we? I mean, obviously investors come, but they're part of the community as well.
And I'm not saying that that's necessarily for everyone. That doesn't have to be everyone's like number one thing. I think it's more of a relative thing, like I was saying. But I think, yeah, what I'm trying to say is having a team that thinks maybe all of those are they're okay. Like I think one of them's the most important, but maybe one of the other team members thinks the investors are the most important. So we're kind of trying to hit it on all fronts, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. But the community is definitely important for me because that's what I enjoy. And I'm not here I'm here to like enjoy this personally. I'm not here to stress out about shit, and I'm not here to like make a bunch of free cool money and pump and dump some bullshit, right? I run a construction company, and I make decent money there, and I make decent money with my investments already. So I don't need to go run a pump and dump scheme. And I understand the token price is important to keep people happy and to keep the community camaraderie and morale up, but that's not like the number one importance. It's in the last project, I always told people like it's not like our job or to make sure the token price. There's mechanisms we can use to, and I need to even be careful in saying this shit because you can get in big trouble like legally. But there's mechanisms we can use to like try and keep the token price up, but it's like walking a fine line. Yeah. Anyways, is that it? One question? Cool. All right. Thank you, M. Raihan. Hey, throw that guy a Founders token. Fuck it. Why not? We got 35. Mr. M. Rahan. Founders token.
Sorry, is it echoing? I was just gonna ask y'all a random question real quick. If y'all are looking for more team members.
Sorry, I was like speaking the whole time. My mic was off. I was talking to nobody, so I may have missed a few things. You got a question, me man? What's up?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask real quick to see if y'all are trying to get like more team members on, like hire people to like moderate chat and stuff. Because I was just curious, looking for a new gig.
I am honestly. I'm all about empowering and just giving people opportunities. So if you're available and you have some skills that you can offer the project, there's definitely some room. And there's a we have a method of doing it. So basically, it's called the Dark Matter Street Team, and it's kind of slowed down a bit because just with the project slowing down, but it's picking back up. So it's called the Dark Matter Street Team, and that's basically anyone can join that. And from there, you just show us what you can do and what you can offer, and then promotion wise, you can join the official team that way. And two guys have already done it, Jason and the Goat. Both of them started out in the street team, and then they've been promoted to official team members. And so what we're looking for mostly is people who can take initiative and just get shit done, right? I don't mind tasking out people and being like, here's this or here's that, but it's really just people taking the initiative. And an example would be the Goat. Like when he joined the chat room, it was like, okay, boom, here's this guy. And then all of a sudden he started just recruiting a bunch of people from all the different KCS chat rooms, and we were getting a bunch of new people in, and he was promoting on Twitter, and he was just being active. So we recognize that, and that was the reason we actually formed the street team, is we recognize that. And then maybe a week or two into the street team, him and Jason were just kicking ass, and we decided just to promote them into the official team. And we give you guys an avenue for that. if you don't want to join official team wise, you can always just stick with the street team and do what you can. Well, we're in the street team. It's cool because we're open to ideas. If you have an idea that you want to present to us, you present it and we discuss it as a team, and we talk about how we can move forward with that idea and actually make it a reality. So there is a lot of opportunity there. Maybe one of these guys can speak more about their experience in becoming full team members. And then one last thing I will say about that though is, like a lot of the team, it's like volunteer based, I mean, not volunteer based in the sense that they are getting those DMD tokens, but like it's not like, oh, I'm tracking my hours and I need to be paid on a weekly basis. There are a couple independent contractors that I'm paying, but it's like out of necessity. So the way I have people look at it is, are you replaceable? Because if you're replaceable, then you're expendable. And that's not like a diss or anything to put anybody down, but if you can't specialize in something and you can't show us results, then like you're not going to go anywhere in the project. If you can show us results and you can like take the initiative and just get shit done, we're 100% going to recognize that.
I was just asking because I got a lot of time on my hands because I try not to sleep. So I'm just looking, see if I can pick up, help out because y'all seem like you're running a real legit project. Like it's not like y'all came up with this 5 seconds ago and said, "Yes, I'm doing this." This actually seems to have a plan. If I can help out like a great project, then yeah, it sounds pretty good to me.
I love it. Yeah, for sure. Well, after this, after I do the wheel, after the AMA, we'll talk a little more and we can discuss further about what kind of role you can play. Did somebody answer that other question about the most important thing? Did you guys catch my answer to that? Community, right? Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Community.
Yeah, they got it.
All right. Well, so what about it, Jason? I mean, maybe you guys spoke on this on the last AMA, but like, or your experience in, just like coming into the project, seeing it, and then joining the street team and then joining the official team. How's that been? And if you're not here, maybe just type it. There's no more questions. Hey, Jackie, what's up, dude?
Asking about sniping bots in the pre-sale.
Right. So we just tested that too. The only way that it can happen is if they have multiple accounts loaded with that same bot. And I mean that's pretty much the only preventative mechanism is each account can only buy the maximum or else it throws in an error. I am gonna I don't know how I don't know how it is on FTM, but on KCC, the pre-sales that I was a part of, they didn't sell out instantly. So you could tell that it wasn't really botted. I don't know how it is on FTM. Honestly, I'm hoping that there's no botting snipers. Like I said, we've implemented the maximum for each account. So they would have to have multiple accounts ready. Maybe somebody has a script they can write. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
I think there is, but it more depends on how much demand we see for it. Because,
Right.
to be honest, I don't expect this to sell out immediately, just based on the number of people here. So I really don't see why there would be more of a need for botting for that matter.
Yeah, which is why they would bring in the bot. Yeah, I think that's a good point to bring up right there. Uh, I think the pre-sale is a good test too. Anyways, for us, I do have some other private investors who I know are going to be buying full amounts. So I kind of have an idea of how many spots are of the full amount are going to be filled already in my head, and that's not accounting for anybody I don't know. But we spoke about this in the chat the other day. Is basically I have an alternative idea, and it's we'll just go back to the drawing table. If we can't sell out, then the project's not ready to sell out, and that's just a matter of fact. So I'll go back to the drawing table and I'll get NFT staking ready, and then we'll come back with it. So yeah, it is what it is. For me, I'm not going to let it discourage me. If I can't sell out, I can't sell out. But at the same time, a year ago, October 1st, I was able to sell out $70,000 on an unknown BSC chain that a bunch of degens were playing on. So I think it's possible that we sell out.
You had AJKT ask, I'm new in the Phantom chain, so what is my first project I see in Phantom? What makes the dark matter different in any project in Phantom? And what makes dark matter different than anything else that's in Phantom right now?
Honestly, I don't know. This is my first time on Phantom too, dude. I'll be honest. So I don't know. I don't know what's on Phantom. I know that the project that I started, Thugs, which is now Hyperswap, is on Phantom. So I need to do a little more research, to be honest. I don't know what's on Phantom. But what makes us different? We're just another farm. I'm not sitting here trying to sell you guys snake oil or the world. I'm not, But what I think sets us apart is the community we're building and the actual brand. So and maybe the team. I don't know. I don't know a lot of people on Phantom. You got me, dude. What do you guys think sets us apart? Our token.
Definitely along the lines of the community, but the way we're not necessarily, well, I mean, kind of LARPing, but the whole universe, the dark matter universe is, I mean, the possibility. You know what I mean? It's not going to just be another farming token. I mean, the growth is there. And, with the community and everything that goes along with it, the building will just kind of happen organically. You don't see a lot of people do that. Here lately, you see a lot of short-term pump and dumps. And that's not our goal. That's not even in sight. It's not on our mind or anything. And, as an investor, you want to know that, your money's safe and we're honest. You won't find somebody more honest than this team. I can tell you that, or you're going to have a hard time trying,
Yeah, that's a big win for us, is the transparency in the team. So I mentioned it in a text post the other day. I've always, I look at projects and I looked at the functionality, but really the main deciding factor for me when I'm investing into a project is the teams. I'm not investing into a project. I'm investing into a team. And actually, if you read a lot of venture capitalists, if you Google Paul Graham, he's the founder of Y Combinator. If you read some of his articles, he'll say the same thing, is he's not investing in projects. He's investing into teams. And this is if you don't know what Y Combinator is, Y Combinator is behind the following list. Let me just read some off to you. So these are all companies that went through the Y Combinator program before they were ever anything. Airbnb, DoorDash, Coinbase, Dropbox, PagerDuty, Stripe, Instacart, Reddit, Zapier. What else? Yeah. Anyways, you get the idea. Basically, like, this is the same guy that's saying what I'm saying. You know, he invests into teams. Paul Graham. That's the guy that made all those projects happen. Like, Reddit wouldn't be what it is without that guy. So if you've never seen the documentary, I highly recommend it. It's called The Internet's Own Boy, and it's about Aaron Schwartz. And ultimately, so this guy was like he was a programming savant, and he helped create RSS in the early web days, and then he also he was creating a project in the Y Combinator program, and then they partnered him up with Alexis Ohanian from Reddit, and he ultimately helped the Reddit guys. They combined projects. Yeah, but you should watch that documentary. It's awesome. The Internet's Own Boy. All right. Now I'm just rambling, so I'm going to end this unless there's any other questions.
I think question, Jed. Madam Fukiko, I hope I'm not slaughtering that name. Is dark matter farm safe for investors in long term? If at any time something goes wrong with your system, is there any warranty given to the user?
So the hosting, the way it goes is we host our front end files on GitHub, and then NetLiffy serves those files. So it's kind of set up in a way where those are free services, both of them. So even if I died like next month, those will still be up forever. So, and they're just up. And I'm not the only person with like the passwords. And then in addition to that, contracts on a network, they're whenever they're deployed on a network, every function, because our contracts will be verified on FTM scan, every function that contract can perform is available on FTM scan. So you can connect with Web3 there and perform each function. So even if our website disappeared the day after we launched, you could still interact with the contracts. As far as long-term goes, yeah, we have some long-term goals, and we'll be revealing those sometime in the coming months. But the excitement needs to be there for me personally. I'm also going to set it up in a way where the project is not always going to be relying on me personally, because I've gotten into scenarios where I just feel like I don't have it anymore, and I've offered everything I can to a project, and I need to find a way for that transition to be okay for the community and the investors. And ultimately that'll happen at some point. But I'm here and I have specific goals that I want to achieve, and I'll be here until we do. So this AJ guy is curious, does your writing custom code for most of your features, or you're forking and modifying? All of our contracts, so they're forked and we use libraries, but we have some additional functions in our contracts that are custom. So there is custom code in our contracts. And then the front end, it's a PancakeSwap fork, but it's all custom design as well. Well, The layout and the interface is similar. The user experience is similar, but it's all custom design, custom branding. And ultimately, we can change all that up too. Our pre-sale is going to be custom built. And then the NFT staking, that'll be literally custom built from scratch, the entire front end. We won't have anything to fork. The contracts will be forked. We've already tested our NFT staking contracts. I'll post a video later, but I've literally already staked an NFT and earned test tokens. So the contracts work already. NFT staking contract work already, but it's the front end that just takes forever. Yeah.
You said that you forked PancakeSwap. Wait,
Yes.
so does that miss something, or is there also like going to be a DEX component?
Sorry, one more time.
Did I miss something, or is there going to be a DEX component?
No, so a lot of people in the project, some of the project team members have asked me, like, why aren't we doing our own DEX? Why aren't we doing our own exchange? I did our own on BSC when I launched Thugs. It's a lot of work. Convincing people to lock liquidity in, and it becomes a full-time job trying to raise that TVL, and it's overbearing for anybody involved. So I erred on the side of not doing our own because it takes a lot of pressure off the team. And I mean, why? I look at it this way: is like, why, if we're gonna need an NFT marketplace and one already exists or somebody has one that we can use already, like, why are we going to recreate it? There's no reason to. And I look at it the same way with the DEX. So the only reason we would create a DEX is for the team to earn more fees. And I see no reason for us to do that. And I know you weren't implying that we should. Yeah, that's just, I'm like adamant about not. I have so much reasoning for not doing it. And nobody's really ever given me a good reason for us to do it.
Oh no, that's fine. It's just maybe something. It would probably be maybe an idea to look at it 3, 6, 9 months down the line if we're doing really good to possibly do, because a DEX is one of those few things that has like a positive cash flow, or really like it's one of those things that's very difficult to get otherwise, where you have people putting money into the project where they're not necessarily receiving tokens back out of the project, or they're putting money in, but they're not able to take that money out, which becomes a net benefit to all the holders.
Yeah, I'm open to the idea and the possibility, and it could be something we look to definitely in the future, like you're saying, because if we do only lock that liquidity for, like, let's say a year, well, after that year, maybe we ultimately decide that we want to launch our own DEX. Well, we'll have that liquidity automatically to start with too. So it's not something I've completely removed from the table, but it wasn't something I wanted to start off with just because of the amount of time and effort it takes, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. It was just something I figured I'd bring up.
Yeah. This guy, I'm going to ask security products partnership token price. From the 4 aspects, oh, that's the same guy. Okay. What else am I missing? Anything else?
No, that was kind of like the same question, but I mean, security is always, we always look out for y'all.
Yeah. We'll try to get some audits, but obviously the amount of testing that I've put us through and have required pre-launch is a testament to our our tenacity. And
Not your first rodeo.
no, and I remember testing is important. The worst thing would be to launch on the 9th, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, here's the pre-sale page, and then people go and then they're like, oh, well, like I keep getting errors on the pre-sale, and it's like you can't even fucking launch a pre-sale token or a pre-sale contract correctly, then everyone loses faith in you. So that's why I'm like, well, I'm going to test the shit out of this pre-sale once the front end is ready. Yeah. All right, guys. If there's nothing else, I'm going to end this and post a recording.
I was just gonna ask something real quick. Have you guys considered, like, you guys mentioned that the front end is a lot of what you guys do. Just curious, is there any reason that is? Is it because you guys are far more skilled or have much more in terms of manpower that can do back end than front end? Or
So I think it's more because I'm willing to actually pay for it. I'll pull it up right now and I'll even take a screenshot. But the front end, and people are gonna be like, "Well, Jesus, like, why would you pay that?" But for the reasoning that you just brought up is we could have just forked Pancake Swap, kept all the same colors, changed a few images, and be like, here it is, right? And I could have done that a month ago easily. I could have done that without hiring anybody. My front end developers, I've worked with them for a long time. So we've built a working relationship on various projects. So as far as trust wise goes, it's good, but it's also expensive. So let me give you an example. Just the design alone from the designer who goes and does the design in Figma, that costs deposit $1,650, and then second payment $1,715, and I still owe that guy $1,000. So there's 2,000, 3,000, like $3,500 maybe. Wait, one, two, yeah, like almost $4,500 total that I'm paying just the designer. Okay, that guy just designed it. Okay, now you get into the front end development, and these are the developers. These are the guys that take that design from Figma and put it on the front end. First bill, I just received it 3 days ago, $7,500. So 75, that's $12,000 that I paid for the front end. And I don't even have my pre-sale page, my vaults, or any NFT stuff yet. So, and yeah, it's because I'm willing to pay for that, and maybe that is what's going to set us apart is our brand. That's why I'm proud of it. I'm actually like, it's crazy because I had this idea in my mind, right? And then it was like, it's cool to see like this idea from just one Twitter or one Telegram message turn into this huge fucking universe with all these people working on it, and all these different types of assets we have. We have all the contracts, we have all the front end development. So yeah, anyways, as of now, I'm about $16,000 upfront cost out of my pocket for this project. Yeah. So maybe that will instill some faith in people. That's it. Oh, I'll post this recording to YouTube in a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for participating. I appreciate it.
Y'all have a good day or night.
Good night, everybody.